Welcome back. I'm Gary Parr.
And I'm Cindy Baldwin.
You're listening to the midweek version of Fiber Talk, that twice weekly podcast we do for needlework artists. We're back from our little break. Got all my travels and bike riding and stuff out of the way, so we're back to our schedule, sort of. So no stitch hour tonight, but we will have a stitch hour next week. And then, okay, so stitch hour next week, and then Sunday's guest, this coming Sunday, is Lori Pengelly, and I'm sure I have that wrong, of Pansy Patch Quilts and Stitchery, and I probably have that name wrong because I haven't recorded it with her yet. But then on the 11th, so we got stitch hour next week, then on the 11th, Jen Weber will be our guest, and she is a Tamari designer and teacher.
Oh.
Amazing stuff. So Clever Bunny Studio is her business. And then on the 14th, we're going to have another stitch hour because that's the first time we can get her to join us to show her Tamari work and talk about it. And I hope Jennifer's available because we'll get Jennifer involved and they can just geek out on Tamari and we'll watch them.
Uh-huh.
So, yeah. So
Great.
that, I don't know if we'll throw in another podcast. I don't know what we'll do. But anyway, so we're going to have 2 stitch hours in a row, the 11th and next week, the 7th and the 14th. So we can get Jen Weber in because I wanted to get her in right after we did the show. So, yeah. Yeah, look her up. Clever Bunny Studio, Tamari, Jen Weber, and just ogle her work because it's beautiful. Yeah. So that's our schedule, and then we'll get back to some every other hour, every other week thing somehow. We'll do it somehow. Best thing is subscribe so you get notice. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Subscribe to the Instagram channel, and that way I always try to put notices up for those so that you'll know what's going on. And then you won't miss out. So there you go.
And on YouTube, you have to be sure to click on all.
Yes.
To get all of the notices.
Yes. Otherwise, YouTube selects for you, which I've not understood why those options are there.
I don't know either.
If I subscribe to somebody because I'm interested in their content, why would I not want to be notified about all of it?
Yeah.
As opposed to whenever they decide. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. But I just, subscribed to a boatload of them, different channels. And then I wasn't seeing any of them and realized that I had to click on all in order to get notifications.
Right.
Makes
and of
no
course,
sense.
You want all of them because that's why you subscribed.
Right.
I don't know. I don't know these things. I'm sure in internet land there's some deep-seated meaning for all of that, but us regular folk, we just want all the content. Yeah, just bring it on.
Right.
Yeah.
We want to make the decision of whether we watch it right now or not.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just don't know. Yeah. So that's what's coming up. So no stitch hour tonight, then 2 stitch hours in a row, and the second one on the 14th will be Jen Weber with Tamari, and hope Jennifer can be with us. I think she's working on selling her house and buying a new one. So
yeah,
sounds
like it.
Don't envy that. Mm-mm. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, and she's been in her house a long time, and you're talking about moving, and you've been in your house a long time, and we were in our house a long time, and ugh.
Yeah.
Ugh. Yeah.
A lot of work to do.
Stuff builds up, and you don't realize it.
Right.
Yep.
Somebody asked me if I had considered just having a moving company come and pack it all up, and I said, yeah, except I don't want to move all that stuff and then weed it out.
Yeah, that's the key, isn't it? Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I want to weed before I move.
That's right. Yep. That's what we did. Oh, we threw away so much stuff. Yeah. Yeah, you don't want to haul that and then have to sort through it. No. Mm-mm. No. Wrong way to go. Nope.
Yep. And I'm downsizing, so everything I have won't fit in here, so
Oh,
can't move it.
so not so you really got to go through with a fine tooth comb and yeah, yeah,
I do, except I'm not doing that with my needlework stuff. The needlework stuff, I'm just shifting all of it.
yeah, yeah. Well,
That
well, I
I
think
can,
yeah, I think that's a given. Yeah, there's none of that.
yeah.
No, no.
Eventually, some of it will go away, but I can sort through that stuff anytime.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know, way too many books that are not needlework books. They're other books
Ah,
and all kinds of other stuff. Just, yeah.
yeah. I am not envious of that. That's.
Yeah, you're laughing at me because you've already done it.
I did it. Yeah, it was ugly. It was ugly. So much stuff. Why do we still have this? What is this still doing here? Get it out of here. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were talking just the other day. I think I'm up to 3 things that I wish I'd kept.
That's not bad.
No, out of what, 45 years of marriage and 2 houses, 3 things that I wish I'd kept, and they were all easily replaceable. So that was a lot of stuff that just needed to go away. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Well, I'm cheering for you from St. Louis. That's all I can do for you. Yep. Okay, we got to talk about thread storage, but I do want to make a point of calling people's attention to our May 13 show with Kathy Andrews, where we talked about mental health. If you've not listened to that, I hope you can make some time to listen to that and share it with others. I just feel like of all the 600-700 shows we've done, I really feel like that may be the most important one that we've done. I'm just really proud of it and the way it came out, mental health and needlework. So encourage people to listen to that, the May 13 show. You can get it on the YouTube channel. You can get it on wetalkfiber.com or subscribe, as most do, to podcast through a podcast app and get it that way. But I really felt like we nailed that one.
I agree. It was good.
So, yeah. And these days, mental health comes, it's like mental health thing. When Beth brought it up, it really got my wheels spinning. And then it's like if you buy a car in a color and you think you're being so unique, and then, for the next 2 months, all you see is that same model in the same color everywhere. And for me, it was, once we did that show, my awareness of mental health and mental health issues just amplified. And there's just so many things that I've read and listened to since then about mental health that have really opened my eyes to what people are dealing with. And it's pretty significant. So, yeah.
Yeah, fortunately.
Yeah.
We've done a deplorable job of dealing with mental health in this country.
Yes. And in this country, too, because that's something else I've learned is elsewhere, much effort is made. And, yeah, we just blow it off. So, yeah, listen to that and, become more aware, I think. Okay, storing thread is always the thing. And you've discovered a new, well, probably not new now, but a storage box. I'm excited about this.
Yeah, so it was in a newsletter from a shop called Hattie and Della. And I don't know where they are. I've been on their mailing list for a while, and they just, the first thing in the...
I'm Cindy. I subscribe to hundreds of them. I have no idea where they're at.
Yeah, well, right. I mean, I know why I'm on their mailing list. It's because they carry Valdani threads.
Ah.
And I like the Valdani threads, the overdyed ones especially. They have a lot of fun colors. And they come in, I think, 5, 8, and 12 pearl. They're pearl cottons.
Yeah.
So the first thing on the last mailing that I got from them was, we have a new thread storage box in like capital letters. And I went and looked at it. I had to hunt for it on their website because it didn't, when I clicked on it, it didn't take me to the right page. But it's made by Dritz, Dritz, and it's two-sided. It looks like it's maybe about, I'm going to say like about 10 by 12-ish.
Okay.
And it's two-sided. So you open up one side and there's sections, and I think there are some movable dividers so you can adjust the size. And then you turn it over and open up the other side and it's got the same thing. So, maybe 4 inches deep, and you've got double-sided storage, and they had it in the picture, they had it stuffed full of balls of pearl cotton.
So see, I like that because my pearl cotton balls are all just in a drawer, just kind of there. Yeah.
Rolling around.
Yeah, that.
Unrolling.
Yeah. All those things. Yeah. Yeah. So so you could set this up so like one ball goes in a divided box then? Is that how it looked to you?
Yeah, except that it kind of looked like they had it divided into 3 sections, and it looked like there were 2 that were about the same size, and one was maybe twice this, maybe the size of 2 sections. So I don't know. It didn't say how many dividers there are, so I don't know if you could divide it so that you have one section for one ball of pearl cotton. I don't know. I couldn't tell.
But you could at least organize them so they aren't just a mishmash of whatever.
The Valdani balls are kind of soft, and you can kind of squish them, into together.
Yeah.
So it looked like in some sections they had 2 or 3 balls. So anyway, it looked like a good kind of storage box. And they aren't the only ones that carry it. I just went and Googled Dritz thread box and found it at all of the usual places.
Okay. Yeah.
So you could search around to find, whoever has the best price.
Right. And what was it, like $20, $25, something like that?
Yeah, right around in that range.
Well, that's not bad. I'd pay that. I mean, to organize my balls of pearl cotton, that'd be all right. Yeah.
To corral them so that they're not just rolling around loose and unreeling. Yeah.
Yeah, the unreeling part. That's the other part. Yeah. Where's this thread go? Oh, it goes all the way over here. Yeah, that one. Yeah.
And then they get tangled up, and
right.
It's a mess.
Well, and see, that's the thing for me. The thing for me with thread storage is, I mean, all of those things, but for me, it's out of daylight and out of dust. I appreciate in stores when they do those beautiful walls of thread that chances are pretty good that the turnover is such that the colors aren't going to fade and they're not going to get dusty. But, we all just collect thread just because it's fun to collect. And, that bundle of Appleton's wool that I bought. Now I've got that laying here on the desk because I don't know where I'm going to put it, but I got to get it put away because it's out in the open. And I don't like stuff sitting out in the open, threads and projects sitting out in the open because, if you don't get to them for a while, they collect dust, and it's not always, right. You can't just blow on it and make it go away.
Well, now that you could maybe put in your drawer instead of the pearl cottons, because those aren't going to roll around. They're stains, right?
Right, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, because I've got a whole drawer of pearl cottons that if they were in a box all organized by color or by number or something, that would be fantastic. Yeah, all right. But now, let's see. All right, so we're recording because I can't spend any money now
Yeah, you better
on
do it
June
today.
1. So I better order quick. Yeah. Because then
I couldn't believe you two cooked that up.
talked ourselves right into that one. Yeah. Yeah. I think Tim, I forget his last name, Benheim or something like that. He gave me a month. And
Yeah, I wondered, is there a pool?
I don't know, but there should be because somebody's going to win. Because between the two of us, there's no way it's happening all the way till next June. Not a chance. See,
No.
yeah, and see now I want one of these storage boxes, so I got to act quick.
Right.
Yeah, I know Beth bought a couple of things here ahead of the deadline, and then we'll see. My money is on Beth to cave first, though. Yeah, yeah, that's where my money's at. Yep.
Well, I'm all for using your stash. I do that all the time. I rarely buy a kit.
Uh-huh.
I got all this thread, so I want to use it. I did buy a kit for the project that's starting June 1st. It's Debbie Rowley's The Mermaid's Tale.
Oh.
And you have to buy a kit for that to
Right.
get all of the pretty sequins and threads.
Yes. And a great design, too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's really going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah. Yeah. And so different for Debbie. It's such a different approach for her that, it's really cool, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. The threads in it are all painter's threads. Are you familiar with those? Have you seen those anywhere?
No.
I think they're German. The company that makes them is called Tentaculum. And they're called painter's colors, and they're over dyed, and each one is named after a particular painter. Like there's Monet's Garden. So you can, that kind of gives you an idea of what that thread looks like, what colors are in there.
Right.
And they come in several different kinds of thread. So there's pearl cottons, there's ribbons, and the stuff that she used for the algae. I know you've seen this piece.
Yeah.
There's like algae stuff that is also made by painter's thread. It's a gimp that is coiled, or I don't know what you call it. It's got the little loopy. It's a loopy gimp.
Yeah.
That you couch on for the algae, and that is made by the Painter's Thread Company also.
And they're German?
Well, let me see. It's sitting right here. So
yeah, I didn't know about this.
Okay. Oh, so there's a straight gimp. Oh, let's see. Manufactured by House of Textile Arts, product of DE origin EU. What's DE?
That's Germany, isn't it?
I don't know.
Like if it's a German URL, it's .de, right? I think so.
Know anybody in Germany?
I think it is. Yeah, I think so. I'll have to look that up. I did not know about this.
Okay, so there's just a regular gimp, and then there's a single loop gimp. One of the loopy gimps is called Turner, and the other one is called Klimt.
Huh. Well,
so Klimt, I can visualize. Turner, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure how you'd classify that one. Yeah.
I don't know art well enough to come up with a lot of these images in my head of what some of these painters did. So the colors are all, you'd love them. They're all blues and greens.
Mm-hmm.
and there's a metallic braid. I think there's a stranded cotton in here somewhere. I mean, they come in all different kinds of types of threads.
Yeah,
And
so not
so
just all
you can
cotton
get,
or not just all silk. Yeah.
right. So you can get like the Monet in the, let's see, what's this one? Metallics. Oh, the metallic this one is an Auvera Soie base.
Oh.
And the other one doesn't say Auvera Soie. It just says metallics. Traps. What else have we got in here?
Well, you just got you got a whole new world here with this project.
Yeah. Number 8 pearl cotton. So, I when I first saw it in the EGA, it was last year's EGA seminar, right? I think.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, because we saw it when we were in Chicago as coming up. So it was the class for last year. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I thought, oh, that's interesting, and that is nothing like what Debbie normally designs. I wouldn't have said it was hers, and that was kind of where it stopped until you talked to her sometime not too long after, or maybe it was at the meeting, I'm not sure. And she talked about what she was trying to do as far as teaching with it, which is kind of practicing compensation, which we all could use all the time. And I thought, oh, that sounds kind of interesting. And so Cyber Pointers is doing it. It's one of our workshops for this year.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, so not only, am I going to get to practice compensation, but I'm going to get to use all these fun threads while I'm doing it.
I'll have to look that up. But see, I've got basically 48 hours before I can't buy anything. So, just order a bunch of threads for absolutely no reason at all, just because it's ahead of the deadline. Yeah.
So your 2 needlepoint stores probably carry some of this.
Yeah, that's right. I could run over and see. Yeah.
I know Stitcher's Garden in Naperville carries it, and that's the same kind of store. It's a needlepoint painted canvas.
Right.
Because I do have some of the painter's thread, pearl cottons. I think I've got some of the ribbon. I haven't done anything with them yet, but you see a cool thread, you buy some, right?
Well, yeah, that's how it works. Yeah, exactly. Just grab whatever you see that you like, and then take it home and worry about using it later. Yeah, that's how it works.
Yeah. So, Robin Rosignol.
Right.
And we decided, we were talking, and she's been helping me with the move and stuff like that, and she said, we don't have stash anymore. We have inventory.
You've gone over over the hump. Point of no return. Now we're inventory.
Yeah.
An annual accounting must be done for the IRS. Yep. Yep. Good point, Robin.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. With that, now there's a question to ask. Is your stash inventory or stash? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, I don't know where the dividing line is, but.
Oh, I think it's a sense. I think it's a sense of, yeah, I think you just have a sense. Okay, this is not just stash. Yeah, it's ridiculous. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I'd fall into the inventory category. Yeah, I think, definitely Beth. Jennifer.
Oh, yeah.
Jennifer. Yeah, Jennifer would. Yeah. Jennifer.
Well, yeah, because she has so many different things that she does.
Right. Yeah, she's probably inventory on several fronts. Moving to a bigger house just so she can semi-contain it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So my studio is going to be the master bedroom.
Okay, I was going to ask you about that. How are you going to set that up in the new place? All right.
Well, I don't need a big room to sleep in.
Yep. But you need a big room for your inventory. Yeah. See?
I do. With a walk-in closet.
Yep. Oh, man. Imagine that.
Uh-huh.
Look at you.
Yeah. It's going to take me a while to get it set up the way that I want it eventually, but
a walk-in closet for needlework? Holy smokes. Whoa. You win. Yep.
Yeah, I can hang my painted canvases.
Right.
Uh-huh.
It's out of daylight. Oh, man. Oh. Yep, you win.
Yep.
Yeah. The only woman in the world presented with a walk-in closet who doesn't use it for clothes and shoes. And never even considered it. Just, yeah, no way.
Nope.
Excellent.
Well, my wardrobe hasn't been anything special for quite a long time because when I was working, I was spending a certain amount of time out in the field in factories, so you don't wear nice clothes in a factory.
No, ever. No.
Ever, jeans and steel-toed boots, so no fancy shoes there. And, the days when I wore suits and heels, were long, long ago. And then I was spending more time in the office and, that was just kind of casual.
Yeah.
Again, jeans and shirts and then COVID. And so it's been yoga pants and t-shirts.
Yeah, I wonder how, because when I first was working in an office, it was jacket and tie. I mean, you wore, suits or sport coats or whatever. And now, like, the only time I wear anything that's anywhere close to getting dressed up is to go to church. And, if there's something coming up, my first question is, wait, do I have to get dressed up for that? Yuck. I'm not so sure I'm interested.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, and shoes, I used to have all kinds of shoes, different colors and flats and heels and all of that. And now it's flip-flops or athletic shoes.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. No,
They're comfortable.
That's interesting. I wonder what that's done to all these things have done to the fashion industry. I wonder, because people don't get dressed up for anything. I mean, even in church. I mean, I will not. Some people go to church in shorts and t-shirts, and I won't do any of that. But people just don't. It's not something that people concern themselves with much anymore. And I'm here. What do you want?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. My butt's on the pew or in the seat or whatever.
Right. Yeah, because remember. Okay, let's talk old people things. The days when you actually put on really nice clothes to fly on an airplane.
Uh-huh.
People would get all fixed up to go fly on an airplane. Like, you got to be kidding me.
Uh-huh.
My rattiest clothes possible. Yeah. Yeah, I worked for a guy long time ago, and I came home on a flight, jeans and a t-shirt, tennis shoes, and I went to the office because I needed to go to the office for the afternoon, and I walked in and, hey, how you doing? You wore that on the airplane? Yeah, I do every time. Why? Yeah. Yeah. And if I have to go to a meeting afterwards, I check into my hotel and change clothes. Yep, you're right. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nope.
Yeah.
Not getting dressed up. Not if you don't have to.
Nope.
Oh boy, this will be fun. Now, okay, so that raises the question. Your stitching inventory. Do we just box that up unquestioned to move, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. There's no going through any of it. You just box it up. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Dishes, clothes, other things in the house, go through with a fine-tooth comb, keep only what you need. But, yeah.
Right.
Stitching inventory, all move. Yep.
Yep. Yeah. I've needed to kind of sort and organize it for a while. So this is my opportunity.
Yeah.
But I'll do it when I get moved, not beforehand.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Oh, walk-in closet. You win. You win. Yep. All right, what else we got going on here? Oh, we've got clarification on the Gay Ann Rogers drawn thread sampler that Beth and I talked about. So we said June, and then Gay Ann came back and she listened to the podcast, said, well, it'll be October, and then she realized she had actually posted that she would have a sale in June. So then she came back to me and she said, it really works better for me to do the sale in October. So the Drawn Thread Samplers sale will be in October, and we'll let you know when that is. And, of course, subscribe to Gay Ann, and then you will know for sure. But the Drawn Thread Sampler sale, one of the exceptions on the Gary and Beth Stitch from Stash effort here, that'll be in October. So if you want to do a really cool project that will challenge you, that's one of them. Yeah.
And Beth already has it, so she doesn't need to buy it.
Right. Yeah. She has it and has it almost finished, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
It is gorgeous.
Yeah, that is one of the good ones. So, and that's on the list of Stitch from Stash exemptions.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. I remember the exemption list.
Yeah. Yeah, you always want to have a we won't do this for a year thing with the exception of these things
that we know about right now.
Right. Yeah. and I was thinking one of them, the first one on the list is any purchases from the Sassy Jack store opening.
Right.
Okay. So then that raises the question. It's like, when do you quit saying Happy New Year? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When does the opening grace period end? See? So there's some leeway there. Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, if you order something from the store, it's no different from ordering something from her now. It should be purchases made at the store. So you have to take a road trip.
Okay, Killjoy, thanks. Thanks a lot.
Well, right. Yeah. I mean, unless she's doing some kind of special sales for opening, ordering by mail is no different than ordering by mail any other time. So.
Okay, that's true. Well, that just sucked the fun right out of that one. Mm-hmm. All right, so got to go to the store. Well, okay. Talk me into it.
Well, weren't we kind of planning that?
Yeah, I think so.
Fiber talk. I mean, maybe not for opening day, but.
So rent a U-Haul trailer to haul it all home. Yeah.
Well, no, if Beth brings the teardrop trailer, we can stuff that full.
There you go. Sorry, Max, your clothes don't fit.
It's going the other way.
Yep. Okay.
I mean, the three of us are all kind of coming the same direction up to a point. So.
Right. Yep. Sorry, Max, your clothes don't fit. Need room for thread. Mm-hmm. Yep. Was interesting. Yeah. We talked about the downloadable PDFs.
Uh-huh.
And Susan Hennig went to her needlework shop and asked that question about chart sales. And her shop, wherever that shop is, said that around 80% of our sales of charts, 80% of their business are sales of charts. So, that's a sample of one, which is a terrible thing to rely on. But,
right.
Okay, so I always look at those things. All right, let's cut it in half. So if 40% of a shop's business is charts, that indicates that charts are still a major sale item, regardless of how many people are offering downloadable PDFs.
But is that shop offering downloadable PDFs?
Don't know. And see, that's the difference with like what Kim's planning to do. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So I think that you might need to have one of the charts for people to look at. Maybe that's the shop copy.
Uh-huh.
And or a model. And the model is better.
Yes.
Because I'm talking about myself here, you understand.
Yes.
People will buy a chart when they see a model that they wouldn't have bought just from the chart itself.
Right.
I know, because I have done that many, many times.
Oh, I think
I have gone back.
Yeah.
And picked up the chart after I had put it down, and then I saw the model somewhere else in the store, and I really like that. Went back and got the chart.
Yep. Yeah, I think that is probably an established fact that models sell more charts than any picture on a chart. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, no doubt. Because I'm with you 100%. I can't tell you how many charts I own because I saw the model somewhere. Yeah. And the model live versus the model on an online photo.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. In the store.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's difference making. Yep.
Right. So then there's also the for the designer, the cost. The designer doesn't have to print all those charts, but they're not going to get as much money from a PDF.
Right.
I don't know. I mean, when you look at how many people are buying stuff off the internet that are PDF charts, and I know there are some designers that will not do PDF charts, and this is needlepoint designers. Well, some of the needlepoint designers will not do PDF charts. I think partly a copyright issue.
Yes.
As much as anything.
Right. No, I've encountered that, not just needlepoint, but just about everywhere. People who, no, I will not do a PDF because literally, sadly and literally, people will just take that and say, hey, I just downloaded this chart and send it to 10 of their friends, and
turn around and sell it on their Etsy site as their design.
Yeah. And I don't know how you stop that stuff. I mean, it's just disgusting on all fronts, but I don't know how you stop that. And I suppose you stop it by not offering downloadable PDFs, but then somebody say, well, yeah, but look how much business you're missing out on. And I don't know.
Well, I mean, it's not the first thing that copyright has been violated on.
Right.
And won't be the last.
Yeah. Yeah. And that whole copyright thing takes honesty on both ends. The person who buys it and then the person who's receiving the illegal copy having enough whatever to say, no, that's illegal, I don't want it.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep. And I do see some discussion of that on the Facebook pages that I follow that are, cross-stitching and that sort of thing. Every once in a while, somebody will say, oh, be careful what you buy off of whatever, because sometimes they are pirated copies.
Yeah.
So there is some awareness of it, which I'm glad for.
Yeah. Needs to be more. Well, that's one of the reasons when we first started doing the podcast, I would always list the Pinterest page if people had it. And then early on, in the links for any of our guests, I never put the Pinterest page down now, and I won't do it. It's such a cesspool of copyright infringement, and they won't do anything to stop it. And
right.
I just refuse to list any link to. It was Debbie Woodard was the one where people were taking her angel painted canvases.
Right. And turning them into cross stitch?
Right.
Was that it?
Yep, that's what it was. Yeah. Yep. And Pinterest wouldn't do anything. It cost her a ton of money to get it stopped. And for me, that was, if that's where Pinterest is operating, then I'm not encouraging anyone to go there. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. I have a feeling if we knew the full truth of what she went through, that we would just about cry for her. Trying to get
and it happened to her more than once, I think.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think I know I'm aware of two instances or two episodes. Yes. Yeah. And of course, those little angels, those would be easy conversions to cross stitch.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. And they're very collectible. But, it's just, yeah. And then, of course, people buy them. And that's the other part of all of that is when people buy them, then that just encourages it. And, yeah.
Yeah. So there's, I opened up something the other day. It wasn't a needlework thing. It was some other kind of a document that I purchased, and it might have been some kind of a technical article, and it is marked "License to Cindy Baldwin" on every single page.
Oh, now there's a way. That's good. Because you could easily do that on a PDF. Oh, that's excellent. That's, that at least puts a mark on there. Oh, yeah, that's good.
Yeah, not that somebody that's determined couldn't get rid of it or cover it up or whatever.
Right.
But it might add another little layer of protection.
Yep. That's good. Yeah.
And the store could do that.
Sure.
Maybe not licensed, maybe because I bought it directly from whatever that was, from whoever published it. But there's probably some other language word that could be used instead of licensed, since the store, unless the store had a license to copy the.
Yeah.
I mean, and there's going to have to be some kind of agreement, obviously, between the designer and the shop to be able to do this naturally. So maybe licensed is the right word.
Yeah. Well, yeah, licensed, and here's what licensed means in this instance. Yes. But see, and I'm sure people get tired of hearing about this. I just think this whole designer local needlework store topic is really important because we're in such a transition period with what's available on the internet and expectations. And I just have great concern that designers are going to start finding that their designs are getting given away everywhere illegally and stop designing. And I have even greater concern for local needlework stores who say, we just can't sell anything. We can't sell charts anymore. And so many people are selling threads online, and, just forget it. It's not worth it. And it just concerns me because there's tremendous value in local needlework stores. And, I just hate to see them go away, but there's got to be some agreement or some understanding or just a general awareness that you got to support these businesses, because once they're gone, anybody who doesn't have a local needlework store near them can tell you firsthand how much they miss it, or wish they had.
Because we lost ours several years ago.
Yeah.
And I still have withdrawal symptoms, because I can't just run up to Cedar Rapids and get whatever threads I want, or find the threads that I want to change, play with the colors and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that's
so. I kind of consider the online stores my local needlework stores, but it's not the same as being able to actually see the threads in person, or the designs in person, or whatever it is.
Right.
It's back to that discussion of a model versus a picture versus something on a screen.
Yeah, it's
if you can see the real thing, it's always going to be better.
yeah, yeah. And that's it, yeah, and there are just so many stores closing, but then, fortunately, we hear of stores opening, which is good, but that number is smaller.
Yeah. Well,
and
Fireside Stitchery in Pennsylvania, have you heard of them?
yeah.
That store just sold.
Oh, it did sold.
Yes. I got an email. I've been on their mailing list for a long time too. I've actually been to that store. And the new owner had, I don't know if she worked there, but she'd been going to the store for a long time. So she purchased it. She's going to move it. It's going to be in a different location.
Uh-huh.
And then Rittenhouse Needlepoint in Philadelphia is for sale.
Right. Yeah, that I knew.
And I've been to that store too.
Yeah.
No, is that right? Philadelphia? Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it's in Philly. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a really cool store. So I hope they find somebody to purchase it.
Well, to hear of one selling, that's significant because generally anymore people are just going out of business.
Uh-huh.
They just can't sell it, and just sell off the inventory and close the door, and I'm sure for some that was going to be their retirement, is sell their business and realize the gains from all the years of work, and then you can't sell it, and what do you do then? And to me it's just a real huge concern, and at a time when needlework is really very active, stores should be flourishing, and I hope that they are. But you just long term, I just feel like we need to all be aware that we need to support them and protect copyrights. I mean, should always protect copyrights, but I know people just don't. People are people, and
yeah. Well, and until somebody understands it from their point of view, they lose something through copyright infringement, that they've put their heart and soul into, they probably won't understand it.
Right. No, they don't. And people just blow that off. And I got mine for free. And yeah. It's frustrating. It's really frustrating. So I don't know. Not going to solve it, but we can keep talking about it just so people are aware. And if somebody wants to give you something that you didn't pay for, that is something that they paid for, then don't take it, because that's copyright infringement, and that's one more sale that a designer didn't get that is revenue that they need to keep doing their work. Because that's, nobody's getting rich off this stuff. You could line up 100 shop owners, and I guarantee you none of them are getting rich off this.
No, and the designers aren't either.
No, not even close. Not the thing you got to factor in, particularly with designers, well, with shop owners too, is time. And if you assign a dollar value to time for a designer, they aren't making money. Come on. It's just not happening. Shop owners, yeah. There's a dollar value for every employee, but if they assign a dollar value to themselves, that profit margin drops significantly, because it's just not a get rich quick scheme. It just isn't.
No.
So.
No, not at all.
Got to protect them. We need them. All right. I think on that upbeat note, we'll stop. Just why not? So.
Yeah, right.
Keep it in mind, folks. Keep it in mind. All right. So Sunday will be Lori Pengelly of the Pansy Patch Quilts and Stitchery. That's cross stitch. Oh, some really nice cross stitch designs and some beautiful quilting. And so she's our guest. Then we will have a stitch hour next week. That'll probably just be stitch and chat type stuff. And and I got some new things from Avlia. New package from Avlia, so we'll have a couple of giveaways from the Avlia, Krista West. Yep.
Cool.
Then on the 11th, Jen Weber, we'll talk about Tamari, and then on the 14th, we'll have Jen Weber live, and you can drool over her Tamari stuff. I think everybody should give that a whirl. I know I want to give it a whirl someday. See what that's like.
I have a couple of them that I've done a long time ago.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Yeah.
Fun?
I'll see if I can find them.
Yeah. Fun to do, but not enough that you wanted to keep doing them, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
I did two, I think. The second one I used watercolors for.
Mm-hmm.
So think about that.
Yeah.
First thing you do is open up the watercolors skein, and then you have to strip out each fly of a full length of a skein. It turned out really cool.
Yeah, there you go. I bet that's an interesting exercise. Yeah.
Yeah, I was kind of pulling my hair out before
I can guess.
got
Yeah.
untangled.
Yeah, that's a long thread. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yep. Well, it's beautiful artwork, Tamari. It really is. Yep. So we'll get to see more of it. Well, and look what we've seen from Jennifer. Holy smokes.
Oh, I know, those big balls.
Yeah.
That kind of makes me want to do it again.
Cool stuff. So that's our plan coming up. Support your local needlework stores. Thanks for listening.
Bye.